Hello, hello, hello. Hmm. Oh, hi. I think we're live now. We're 26 days in and I still haven't figured it out, but that's okay with me. If it's okay with you, I'm glad you're here. BMA folks, are you in the room? I am opening I got one eyeballs, I think. Turn the sound off so I can see comments. Hi, guys. Hello. Hi, Katrina. Hello, hello. I see more eyeballs, but I can't see who yet. It's anonymous, unanimous, not unanimous, anonymous. Hi, Sarah. Miss Sarah Pinkerton. I love you. Sarah and I have been getting some stuff done in her family, and I'm so stinking proud of her. Guys, good morning. If you're on this 30-day challenge and you are tracking, I owe you 2 videos from the weekend because I posted this week's videos on Saturday morning. And then if you're in Circle, and then didn't post like fresh stuff Saturday and Sunday. We battled some sickness, and also some really important stuff happened this weekend in some faith movements that I affiliate with on some level. And so there was like some dirt brought to the surface, which was really, really important. And my family kind of watched in the wings to see what leadership would do with it, whether they would be accountable or whether they would kind of cover things up. And good news, they took verbal responsibility like incredible champions, very honest, very broken. So I was a little bit distracted. I was in another lane this weekend, and I will post some content for you. This video will go up for today, and I'll throw a couple things out there if you just want more, you're hungry. All of these are probably going to come down 3 days after January's over, like February 3, because I want you to do it. So I don't want to leave this here for you to be inspired and moved and excited and then not take action. So my love for you as a coach, that's what I am at heart, is a coach. I love to teach and I love to write courses, but more than anything, my heart is a coach's heart, which means I'm going to tell you the hard thing and I'm going to bring you all the courage I have and all the compassion I can find to meet you where you are and see you take the next step. And the next step is that you implement these things instead of being inspired, that inspiration becomes transformation. We do have a coaching room open. I'm just gonna like say it out loud so you don't have to like reach out if you want to just know the dollars. You can come in there for $50 a week and you could get your questions answered this week and then leave. So that's a cancel anytime coaching opportunity. It's a group coaching room. It's extremely encouraging. Often my students say that they had a massive breakthrough because they heard another student say something and they hadn't thought of it that way before. So this is a place where women pave the way for women, not just a guru or a teacher or a coach. It is a group experience because that is, I think, the most valuable way to get the fastest change for the lowest investment. So you can jump in there weekly, no contract, $50 a week, and be done when you're done. If you spent $200 and you got your family dynamics in a new direction, that would be well worth it. The other thing you can do is commit to a year if you know that this message is what you've been waiting for and you need implementation. Then you can jump in for a year and the price goes down to $99 a month. So for $100 a month, you can see your family transformed by changing the way that you talk in a community of women who love you and will be vulnerable with you and share their own victories and their own losses. Y'all, it's just absolutely incredible that God would use this broken life to create a place where many broken people could come and become whole. We are not supposed to stay broken. I know in my Christianity for so long, I thought that broken was the same as dependent on the Lord. And a big part of this movement is to tell you, you don't have to let brokenness get passed to the next person by not dealing with it. Wholeness is right relationship to Christ, which is utter dependence. But passing on that pain to others because you've been in pain is not what Christ calls us to, and that's what we're doing here. We're at that fork in the road where we say, I got to learn about and understand the relational wounds I have suffered, see them healed, and respond to the people around me with love. Even though they're in the same swirl as I am, or we wouldn't be relating like this. You know what I'm saying? So today we are going to talk about what to do when you are getting well and someone else is not, which is the case every time around here, because typically the people that run to this ministry have reached out and got a hold of resources, or a friend told them, because they're willing to do some work. It doesn't mean the other person isn't willing to do work. It just means you're the volunteer. Do you get what I'm saying? You have signed up to do some work, and there could still be defensiveness, dishonesty, a lack of responsibility emotionally with the people around you. If you are a parent, that is the case, because you're leading them into wholeness. If you are married and you're struggling to change patterns, there's always going to be work for you to do that the other person hasn't done yet. That's why God pairs us up. Okay? So what we're going to talk about today is when you are bringing wholeness and truth and vulnerability and honesty to the table, and you are seeking connection, but the other person is not. Someone asked on day 23 or 4 about manipulation or defensiveness. Stephanie, hi, if you're here, if you're watching, I should probably watch a replay. Hey, defensiveness. When someone around you is defensive and chronically defensive, what can you do about it? And that's what we're going to talk about today. Okay, there's 2 things you must do. And in order to tell you the 2 things you must do, I'm going to draw a spectrum for you, okay? I want to get his name right. I believe Joshua or Jonathan Welton drew this about the things happening in the church this week. I was so grateful for his response. There was some uncovered sin, and leaders were being challenged for not uncovering it. That's what happened this week. And some of you know what I'm talking about, and many of you don't, and that's okay. Please don't worry about it. But a lot of people on the internet, this movement has a large following, and so a lot of people on the internet kind of went crazy. Like, hey, publicize the sin, or we don't trust you anymore. And hey, what else? What other sin are you hiding? There was massive distrust going on in the church, online, okay? And this man got on and he explained what's needed is responsibility taking. And since we do teach this in Brave Moms Academy and is appropriate for the moment, and we just got done talking about defensiveness and manipulation, we're going to break it down today. And this is what it is. You have on one side of this spectrum a victim, and you have on another side of this spectrum, I'm going to call it victorious in Christ, VIC. This is wholeness, not independence from him. Wholeness, okay? Victory in Christ. This is where we have significance. I'm going to call it nobility. I'm writing some short words, okay? When you're looking at this later, sig is for significance. Nobility. Nob is for nobility, and I'm going to put royalty. Over here we have victory, wholeness. Over here we have the victim. This is like orphanhood. This is like get mine. Save face, okay? If you watch the authority versus control video the other day, can somebody say authority to me? Did I put that in this challenge? Authority versus control. Because those are on this spectrum. This is the authority side. This is the control side. And what this is a measure of responsibility. Willingness to take responsibility. This is the responsibility side. And this is the fault side. Did you know there is a big difference between taking responsibility and owning the fault? Authority, yay, okay. Hi, Brenna, good morning. Hi, Lisa. Hello, Hannah. Okay, people saw that video. Okay, so on the victory side, people take responsibility. And on the victim side, what people do is they look for fault. And they take blame. And they dole out blame and they dole out fault. The victim is asking, whose fault is this? The noble are asking, How much responsibility is mine to take? Because this person doesn't need anything from the situation besides to show up with honesty, generosity, sacrifice, and love. It's who they are. Okay? So, when someone is defensive, that stronghold that I drew for you the other day, like a tower, I'm going to draw the short version with like bricks. We're going to draw a tower. We'll make it a castle tower. This is a stronghold of defensiveness, here to protect a lie. Defensiveness. When you run into this tower with somebody, what I would suggest is you don't make the conversation about anything but this until this is talked about. So there's more than one way you can do this, okay? So let's say every morning I go to work and my kids have a list of chores to do. They do, and they homeschool. Part of their homeschool, a big part of their homeschool, is learning to run their home, their life. I'm raising adults out here. I do it with them. We joyfully conquer housework. I want them to have a blueprint in their life of joyful responsibility for their life. So let's say 3 days in a row, the dishes aren't done, and we got to talk about it. We got to have a conversation. So we have a little family meeting. We say, hey, the dishes aren't getting done. Let's brainstorm. Someone tell me what's going on or like what we're going to do. Because see, I want them to be a significant part of this conversation. Okay. This is a posture. This is an identity. All right. So around me, I want you to always feel you are significant. You have responsibility. You are noble and you are royalty, which means you are obligated to sacrificially love the world around you. That's who you are. It doesn't make you who you are. It's because of who you are. That's what's going on over here. So I talk to my kids, hey, the dishes haven't been getting done until noon or 1. And then I have to ask somebody and like call it out. What's up? Like, tell me what's going on. And they start to say to me, she was supposed to do it. And the other person says, no, he was supposed to do it. And we were confused about what we were supposed to do because the chart was wrong. And a lot of things that are not taking responsibility. Then I'm going to tell you what I do with my kids. As soon as someone is ready to look for their responsibility, let's talk about this. And until they are, that's okay. Because people who help run the house get house privileges, like screens and fun snacks and board games together and movie night. These are all privileges that come from living here for the team who contributes to us living here well. Is this making sense to you? So that's okay. I don't want you to worry about it. If you want to protect yourself and worry about what it means about you if you take responsibility, that's okay. We're going to chat about what responsibility you can take as soon as you're ready. This is not, if you come at a fortress with a weapon, your weapon will just get stuck in the wall and then hit you in the stomach while you run into it. It isn't going anywhere. You can't go somewhere with a defensive person. And then they say to you, here's how this works. They say, but mom, she XYZ. My answer would be, I'm waiting to talk about this. I'm not talking about that. Will I hear them out and make sure everybody comes to the table with this? Yes. But until we talk about what your responsibility is, no problem for me. I will be responsible with our home and enjoy movie night. I hope you come. I'll handle the dishes. I'm not discussing the dishes or the blame or the fault or the actual issue. I would like to discuss where you see yourself, how you can significantly contribute to this, okay? Do you know what I'm talking about? This is one tool that you must use. If you discuss the surface level problem, but you do not address the fault finding, the blame, the excuses, the orphanhood, the victimhood, you will find yourself living in this world over and over and over again with people. You're validating the fortress. If they say, her fault, I didn't do it, I'm not even, you wrote the chart, I don't know what's going on, and I say, oh, you're probably right, I do need to fix the chart, and let's go get her right now and like get her to do this, but not you, I'm validating this entire stance, okay? And it's my job with adults and children to validate this stance and call people to this stance. And you can do that very calmly, and you can do it in a totally cool way, okay? If you have questions about specific issues, like I'm trying to hold someone accountable for XYZ, and I can't get them to get over here and take responsibility, and I'm kind of stuck and I don't know how to do it calmly, then I want you to jump into coaching this week or next week and get that question answered. Let's solve it all the way through, because we will troubleshoot it all the way through. Okay. So that's where we're at here. Now, if you run into this wall and it's still a wall and it's something that really matters to you, I want you to watch the manipulation video again, because that means if you're feeling trapped and stuck because someone is unwilling to address something, it means they're using resources that are depleting you. It's almost like they're spending your money on the credit card, but you're paying the debt. If this thing they're protecting and they don't want to deal with is like causing you to not have enough time to take a shower, it's causing you to do every bit of the housework, they're spending, but you are paying, then you are over here. And the way to move over there is to take responsibility for your part in that exchange and remove their ability to jerk you around. And that means that you must position yourself to not need the thing that's attaching you to their bad behavior. PG-13, rated R talk coming. If you are having sex with someone who is also using pornography, they are spending and you're paying the bill. They are spending, they get the lust moment, the satisfaction that they're craving. You have broken trust and you're receiving an intimate exchange with broken trust, and that is wounding you. And you might think, I need them to see, I need them to take responsibility. This is killing me. The thing you do is you move your boundaries to the place where it's not them spending and you footing the bill. If someone is using pornography and has broken the trust between you, they're not working on it, taking responsibility for it, or in a transparent, loving process to be restored, you must get yourself out of intimacy only until it's taken responsibility for. This is the best thing you can do for someone living over here is call them over here. And the only way they come over here is when there's something in it for them. And God does not permit us to be manipulative in return or say, well, fine, then I'm not XYZ. That's this. You just say, I'm not having sex with you because. But if you say, hey, I want trust restored, our connection means more to me than that. I want you over here, and I'm waiting right here for you to come. Transparency, accountability, personal responsibility is required in order to live over here. Does this make sense to you? Please somebody say, this makes sense in the chat if this makes sense to you. There is a big difference between punishment and boundaries. Love doesn't foot the bill while somebody uselessly spends your value. That is not what love does, because it doesn't help anybody live over here. This is not you living over here, and it is not you inviting them to live over here. So this is the second thing to do. We don't confront it with a weapon. We release them to make their choice. Using pornography is what you got to do. I completely understand. I can't put my body in a position to be part of that. And I want to see you restored, and I want to see this restored, and I love you, and I'm not going anywhere. Please join me in transparency and honesty and responsibility. Let's clean up this mess together. This is the vibe of boundaries. Boundaries are an invitation. They are a yes. My whole heart is poured into seeing you restored and seeing our connection restored. This works the same way with kids. Kids who won't do chores. It's the same thing. Hey, everybody who's part of this team enjoys the benefits of the team. And I really want to see you enjoy the benefits of the team. Should you decide not to, I know that Holy Spirit has enough for me and enough for us, this whole team, to figure out how to get the chores done. And it's okay with me if you're on the sidelines of this, watching us enjoy the fun things, working it out until you're ready to jump in and be part of this team. It is a yes. This is how we operate in love. I said there was 2 things you can do, and there really are. So you're not going to come in it with confrontation because you can't confront somebody defensive. I mean, you can. It won't help you or them, okay? You can disconnect from them spending what you sow. Change your boundaries and create an invitation. Here's the second thing you must do. You must, ready? You must, if you want to be whole, only if you want wholeness. Don't worry about it if you want to keep passing on cycles of dishonesty and pain. But if you want wholeness and connection and you want to change the dynamics of your family for generations to come, or even just today, get the peace and the honesty and the connection back, you must process emotionally what it means that your boundaries have had to be adjusted. Because until you do, you will need emotional stability from this person. And every time you pull out a weapon for them to stabilize you, quit destroying our family with pornography. Their shield goes up thicker, stronger, higher, most often. Do you know what I'm talking about? Have you experienced this? You bring somebody a confrontation, and what you get is not vulnerability and honesty. And the harder you confront, the more the walls go up, the thicker they are, the greater the punishment is. And the reason we do that is we are trying to avoid the pain and the questions, the mystery that we are left with when we make appropriate limits. If the limits in my house are the people who do the chores get the team benefits, movie night, ice cream, cheesecake, throw burrito. Does anybody play that game? We play throw burrito. My kids really like it when I play goofy games that are loud, because I don't like loud and goofy games. They want to see me let go. Yeah. If I make those rules and then so-and-so is continually not contributing, the reason I harp on them to just get it together and join us, please just do the job. The reason I behave that way is because I'm scared of the pain and the questions that come with facing reality. The reality is they don't want to contribute. They don't see themselves as part of a team, and they are not experiencing the joy of their significance in this family, and they are missing out big time. And the questions are, am I breaking trust with this person? Am I losing the faith of my son in me? Am I causing him to doubt himself? Am I causing him to question my love for him? The questions that we are unwilling to sit with, the uncertainty and the feeling of being out of control and all the feelings that come with it are why we don't do that. And so to wrap this 30 days, we're going to be talking about facing what is. We come to somewhere someone's not willing to take responsibility. We create an invitation for what responsibility can look like, and we go, I'm going to live over here, and I want you here with me. We make it practical. We stop negotiating with dishonesty and blame. We make it about, will you take responsibility? Here's the responsibility I can take. Will you take yours? I'm waiting. I'm ready. Own everything you can, y'all. Own everything you can. That's the way to get these walls down. Reset the boundaries to where they should be and deal with yourself. This is you moving from here to here. Is that you get the love, the comfort, the courage that you need inside of you. By processing your feelings, meeting with God, diving into this every day and asking God to speak to you. Speak to me about the things I'm in, the realities I face through your word. The Holy Spirit is entirely faithful to do this. You got to run it by some people who are walking in wholeness. You got to run it by some people who you can be transparent with, who know the road from here to here. Get some input. Share openly. Face those questions. Sit with God. God, when I set limits with him, is he really going to think that I don't love him anymore? Tell me what my son needs. You go get your needs met so you can bring a gift of overflowing peace, overflowing invitation, and active invite to a life of significance and responsibility. I hope this is helpful. If you need to get more practical about this, shoot me a DM. I think by the end of this week, Lisa and I are going to have a link for you to sign up for 1 week of coaching, no contract, $50 a week. Or sign up for the year and come run with us and make this journey. This is on the table for you, friend. You can go from here to here. And I promise you, if you go from here to here, everybody around you is coming with you because this is so magnetic. It is undeniable. Do you remember the 5 steps that we spoke about this week was you're going to let go. You're going to let love in. That's facing what's really going on here and asking my questions and sitting with the hard things. Processing all the way through. Let love in. Then you're going to live because you're going to see, man, what I really need is some more jogging in my life. What I really need is like a skincare routine at night. What I really need is to be reading every day. What I really need is some community. Just start to live. Get some juice flowing. You need some sunlight and some water and some good soil around those seeds. That's going to burst forth into fruit. And the people over here who are around you right now who do not want to take responsibility are going to be like, hey, what is up? How come you're not fighting me anymore about this? They may not ask you out loud. What's up with me feeling so relaxed around you all of a sudden? What's up with what did you learn about yourself that you said? Because you're taking responsibility over here, right? You're like, I probably do need to make a better chart. I will do that. That's my commitment to you. They're like, huh? This is a new thing you're showing me. You're going to let them in. Let go. Let love in. You're going to start to live, and then you're going to let them in. You're going to show them the way. Hey, what I did actually is I figured out what I needed. I didn't actually need you to do the dishes. I actually need to take better care of myself, so I've been working on that. And I'm feeling amazing. I feel good when I get enough sleep. I feel good when I get my bath at bedtime, and I don't talk to everybody about how they feel about going to bed. I just get my bath. I've been reading every morning. I've been writing. I've been crafting messages that are going to change lives. I'm feeling good. They're like, I wonder if that's possible for me. This is what will happen. With kids, it's almost guaranteed because they are so moldable. They're so pliable. With adults, I've seen it happen, I think, just about every time. It takes longer sometimes. So while you move over here and you're waiting for the adults in your life to wake up to your openness, your relaxed, your peace, your calm, and let their walls down, this is why we have a community. Because that's a tough thing to face. But you can do it. You can follow through. This is what this book is all about. It is the process of redemption. Christ made the way. We just have to walk it out every day. Say yes, okay? Alrighty. We'll be back tomorrow. We're on day 26. You guys, I'm proud of you. If you've watched all the way through and you're on day 26, can you put a comment in circle, please? Say, I'm caught up. I'm watching. I'm in this challenge. I want you to say, let's go back to the thing we started at the beginning. I want you to say chosen. I am not just called. I am chosen. I am following through with things. I'm taking action. My life is changing. Put chosen in the chat. Below on circle if you have watched all 26 days, because that might seem like a small step, but that is a step. Up in here, tell me chosen. If you've watched all 26 days, oh man, I'm going to make a prize. If somebody, here's what we're going to do. If somebody shows me, if somebody makes a post on every module in circle before day 31, before January 31, if you watch every video and make a post on every one, we're going to do, let's do 4 weeks in the curriculum and coaching, if anybody does that. Prize. Let's do that. Okay. I love you so much. And I want you to join us on Thursday. If you need that, let me know. And if not, that's amazing because my whole heart behind this was like, I want to serve you and do a breakthrough. That's how this movement started, is that I'd have done this for free for 24 hours a day. It is utterly my passion to see the dynamics in your family shift from blame and arguing and tension to peace and joy and significance. It is what the hill I will die on. And it's how this organization was born. And so this 30-day challenge has really been me coming back to my heart and my roots of giving this to the world. And my prayer is that if this is all you needed, if what you needed was to be inspired so you would go do it, then I'm so glad that is what happened for you. And if you want to run with us, we are trying to make that extremely easy, and I am calling you to take that step. Okay, we love you. We'll see you tomorrow, January 27 for day 27. Hang in there. We got 3 more days, and these are going to be wonderful days. I'm going to post a healing prayer as one of the videos from the weekend that I didn't make. I'm going to call it day 25. I want you to listen. It is a guided prayer to encounter the Lord in your value and how he sees you. Reorient your emotions and the lies and the wounds and the unforgiveness you're holding on to connect with him and receive love. That's a doozy. Don't miss it. And we'll see you tomorrow.